early March 2024. I'm not even gonna say the day because it's a different day. This is pre-recorded, y'all, but this is Team No Sleep, Social Impact of Sport. Montel Allen, look at you, boy. You look like you've been working hard today.
Got to, man. Been working hard. Got my nose to the grind, man.
Man,
Just putting in that 9 to 5, man, as we got to, and grinding it out.
Well, we appreciate
somebody got to do it.
I know we appreciate the effort that you put out there. Appreciate you for keeping the economy going. We missed Wednesday. Want to give shouts out to the missus because I know you was out celebrating family, so that is most important. So definitely give her a hug and a kiss for us, for the Team No Sleep family.
Yeah. Shout out to the better half, right? My better half, Jasmine Allen. Hey, she's the one that's encouraging, keeps me going forward, doing my best work, I guess you can call it. Out there, always supportive, man. So I got to shout out to her. Love you, babe.
Love that. Look at you, always trying to get some cool points. You know.
Got you, man. Got to get them cool points.
Like I told you the other day. I said, listen, I may wear the pants, but the missus hold the belt. So don't act. Never forget that. That's how you get to be, 23, 24 years married. I am on my side, but
man, you got. I think all to the young guys out there that's considering marriage and everything. I'll be perfect. First of all, you got to sacrifice. Yeah. There's a lot you got to do, but once you find that person that you know that has your back, no matter what, through thick or thin, tall or small, deep or shallow. That's the person you want to be with because they are there for you, not for what you have or what you're going to get, but they're there for you and to support you in any endeavor you're about to have. So I think it's important to always, give praise to our women and our wives or that significant other in your life. Man, just be steady with it, man. Don't be afraid to make that commitment to somebody that's going to be loyal to you for the rest of your life because as you can see with social media and all that, there's a whole lot of other stuff going on that if you want to be stable, find that right person, man. Ain't nothing wrong with committing to that right person. I think a lot of us is afraid of commitment.
That's true.
And I was one of them. I'll be the first one. I was one of them guys.
Okay. I'm not saying I wasn't gonna try to put you out there in the street.
Yeah. I was one of them guys, man. I was one of those dudes. I was afraid of that. I wasn't afraid of committing to having a girlfriend, but I was afraid of marriage. I was. Yeah. I mean, it's a scary. Marriage is a scary contract.
It's a big step, man. It's one of them few big steps in life that we make.
I made the funny thing. I heard a joke. Marriage is the only contract that is half on the return. The only contract you're giving up half on the return, no matter what. So if you want to look at it from a business standpoint,
there you go.
That's
right?
The only one half of it's gone, no matter what. Whatever you do. So
see, I'm gonna leave it alone. I started thinking about some Eddie Murphy jokes. I'm gonna leave it alone before we both get kicked out tonight.
But hey, at the end of the day, marriage is a beautiful thing. It's a great thing.
Sir.
It's a great
sir.
To be able to go with somebody. So
yeah, that's awesome. True. We celebrating all our women as well. Women's History Month this month. What is it? This is March. So let's get into some of these stories, man. We got a couple that we wanted to get into. We'll always start with football, I guess, just because football is just where we tend to gravitate towards. Combine is happening right now.
Yep.
All the young cats are out there. It was pretty nice to see some of the stories and some of the film of the old retirees and their sons out there doing the thing. Like Jerry Rice's son was out there doing the thing. A couple of other cats were out there too as well. One person that wasn't out there doing the thing was USC quarterback Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
So Caleb Williams said, "Listen, you know what? I don't really need to do a whole lot of running and sweating and physicals and taking all of the blood tests and the psychology tests and things of that nature. You see my work. I'm paraphrasing y'all, but I wonder about this because Caleb has already stirred up some controversy talking about, one, he doesn't want to go to Chicago. Two, he wants wherever he goes to be an equity owner in that franchise. That has never happened in all the days of the National Football League. And Caleb Williams, who did not really have a great end of his college career, right? He didn't reach that mountaintop. He didn't get to the goal that he was looking for. Your thoughts on this dude, man? There's a lot of negative conversation about him. You see this right here. Caleb Williams gave off bad vibes at the combine, and then again coming in asking for equity, not working out, not submitting to physicals, only saying he's going to go to a handful of schools handful of teams that he wants to go to. Your thoughts on this, man?
I think, well, one, I'm gonna look at it from one way. I think Caleb Williams is being selfish, but I think he's being selfish in the right way, in my opinion, as far as negotiating yourself. I read somewhere the combine is probably the worst evaluation process because we're judging talented football players really on the 40-yard dash, nothing else. If you run that fast, you get picked up. If you don't run it as fast as they think you're going to, your stock drops. So it negates all your body of work that you've done for 4 years in college or 3 years in college to reduce to this one moment where it could be you could have slipped. You could have did anything where it makes you slow. On the vice versa, if you didn't have such a stellar one and you get in this and you do good, it raises your stock. So it doesn't really give you a fair assessment of how talented you are. I think for Caleb Williams' situation, I think he's at the point where he knows he's going to be a top 3 pick. Mm-hmm. He wants to kind of sabotage the number 1 pick because he doesn't want to go to Chicago. He's already said that. Yeah. So I think he's kind of sabotage it from picking the number 1. And I think he's coming off in a situation like, I don't have to prove myself in the combine or what I've done. My body work done's good. I've already been ranked as a top 5 quarterback since last year all the way to this year. I know I'm going to be drafted and I'm going to be successful. Just get me on the football field and watch what I do. I have no problem with that. I really don't have no problem with that. The problem that I do have with the combine, and I do have a problem with the combine in the sense that it is the only measurable that we're going off of in order to see success. Which we've seen is not successful. Peyton Manning, one of the most successful quarterbacks, slow as I don't know what. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady, slow as I don't know what. Yeah. Eli Brady, slow as I don't know what. And I can go down the line, so on and so on. These guys are slow as what. So, and to combat that, the fastest guys that's running the combine every year, the fastest, none of them are usually in the NFL or successful in the NFL. The fastest man in the combine has never been the most successful guy in the NFL because he runs fast. Mm. Half of them actually get cut. They don't make it.
That's true.
So because football is a start-stop thing. So to base everything on this 40-yard dash, to say, hey, this is what's going to make this person a great football player or not, doesn't negate, man. It's just a measurable. Just like anything else, I think it's just a measuring stick to where you go. But I don't think it should be the end-all or be-all. And a lot of people are putting too much emphasis on the combine and how people react to it and what they have in there. There's nothing wrong with Caleb saying I want to skip out of it. He wasn't the only top recruit that said that wasn't. There was a couple of guys that said they weren't participating in it. They're not going to participate in it, and we'll wait to see. I think that's a place, if your stock is down, I think you should go to the combine. If your stock is already high, I'm not going to the combine. It's a waste of my time. I don't really need to be there. Let the guys come and interview me if they want to interview me. The teams are interested. You got to think, in this day and age of information, they already know where they're going to pretty much land, right? If the draft wasn't happening today, Caleb Williams knows he's going to be a top 3 pick.
Right.
Nothing's going to change that. A bad performance of the combine wasn't even going to change that. Nothing will change that he's going to be a top 3 pick. So my question is, why should I exert myself and go and do all these things if I know it's not going to affect me either way or maybe I'll just save my things, go there and meet a few executives, and I'm getting up out of here, and I don't care who likes it or who doesn't like it.
I guess that's the part right there that's rubbing me in. It's probably, and you tell me if I'm just in my feelings, right? Again, going in there with that kind of attitude mentality. Again, rookie, you're gonna be when you sign, you're gonna be the one paying for dinner that first night because you're the rookie and you paying for the whole team. You haven't actually showed anything yet in the NFL, and you coming in with that attitude, asking for equity, not committing to do any workouts, not committing to any physicals or anything of that nature. I just wonder. That's not how I would handle business, right?
No. I don't think that's the way.
Especially I haven't signed any contracts yet, right? That's just not how I would walk in there.
I think if he was a guy that didn't have NIL money, the conversations would be different.
Okay.
The fact that Caleb Williams makes $11 million in college last year,
come on, make that.
You walk around with a different kind of swag.
Make that plain, right? Yeah.
Again, he made $11 million last year in NIL money. Yeah. So I'm already coming into the league being rich. So when you come in there rich already, or the paycheck has already been pretty much paid, he has enough money right now that can last him a lifetime. Right now, at the age of 21 years old that he is. He has enough money to last him a lifetime if the investors are right. So the fact that I'm coming in with 11 million strong, I can act a different way than somebody that has nothing, right? The times before NIL was there, I think the conversation would be a lot different. He'd probably be a lot more humble, right? He would go in there asking the right questions and answering the right things. When you're a business and you start to be successful, you act differently because you conduct business differently. And he is a business. He's no longer just Caleb Williams, a quarterback. I'm a business. So since I'm a business, I can conduct myself a different way, a certain way. And let's not forget, Lamar Jackson showed us how to do it, right? I don't hire an agent. I do my own negotiation.
That's true.
I figure out how I want to do it.
I was a little worried about Lamar, but you know what? He knew what he was doing behind the scenes. I'm not sitting in his shoes and I'm not picking up his phone calls. But yeah, he managing his own finances, managing everything, and he got
so
the numbers that
he
needed.
doesn't deal with an agent or a negotiator. He manages it. He cuts his own checks and does his own thing. I think that's the next age of players that we're about to see, especially when NIL money, when they're coming into money, right? They can probably understand how to write checks, how to do certain things, especially the mature ones. They can learn how to do these different things and go in there, and they're going to maneuver and carry themselves a different way. The market is already set. Remember, the market's already set how much you're going to get. It's usually a 10% or 7 to 10% increase of what the person got the year before. So if somebody signed for 20 million, guess what? You're going to bump me up at 10%. I'm going to sign for 21 million next year. That's the way it is. It's been like that the whole time. So the fact that the market is set, I don't have to negotiate anything. The only thing I can control is what team drafts me, right? That's the only thing he can try to hopefully maneuver. And if you're trying to not be favorable on that team because you don't want to go to that team, guess what? You kind of implode and you don't do things the traditional way. You kind of say, I'm going to stir it a different way because I don't really want them to draft me. I don't want to go there. That's the only bargaining chip. That's the only bargaining chip he doesn't have. He just can't control where he's going to go. Everything else he controls. He controls everything else.
And that's crazy because what I'm going to say, all the rules have changed. And I saw a story earlier this week. That's again really, and Saban admitted it, and Saban came out and said, that the whole NIL landscape, that was really one of the driving things that pushed him towards retirement. And it's just. We old school cats, man. We think about things the old way and walking in, look at people in the eye. Yes, sir. No, sir. A little more respect. But again, you walk in, you got $11 million in your back pocket. I guess I can understand.
But you still got to have business etiquette, right? You still got to have professional business etiquette. So I don't condone not having business etiquette. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying your conversations are different when you have 11 million in your backpack. Your talk is a little bit different. Your frame and everything you discuss is a little bit different because I'm already financially set. But having business etiquette, if you come in there and you acting a fool and acting wild and acting stupid, or you're just making outlandish demands, or you're being ignorant, so-called ignorant in the conversations with people, that's not condonable. You shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't act that way, period, because you are a company and you're representing your company, right, in the same aspect. I mean, Caleb Williams is in a situation where I personally think he's trying to sabotage not getting drafted by Chicago. That's number one. Number two, he wants to go somewhere else, so that's fine. And I think going to the combine, I think that's a writer's perspective that he rubbed people the wrong way. Everybody else just said he came in there, he just decided I'm not competing. He answered whatever question they had to go and he left. How's that being? Because I didn't want to compete and I don't have to compete. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person or I'm not doing things the right way. I just don't need to do this because for me, my market's already set. I already know where I'm going. I'm going to go to 1 or 3 places as of right now. So I'll participate in my pro day, and I'm going to visit to a couple of the teams that I really want to go to. Or, get this, if the team that I think, of a team that drafts me that I don't want, I still have a certain date where I can option to go back to USC.
That's true. Man.
He's in a win-win everywhere.
Wow, I forgotten all about that. He's still got that in his back pocket too.
Because he never signed with an agent. He didn't sign with an agent, so he can go back.
Wow, yeah. So he can go back and finish business if the team is put together. Wow, okay.
And you got to think he's smarter. He's smart. Man, he's smarter than the average Bill. I haven't participated in any NFL activity. All I did is fly out there and talk, which there's nothing wrong with that. I participated in no activity. I have the option to go back, and if I don't like the team Chicago going back, I can always just say, I opt out of the draft. I'm going to go back to USC for my last and final year. More NIL money. And he's going to get not Pac-12 NIL money. He's going to get Big Ten NIL money. Because USC is in the Big Ten now.
Yeah.
So now he's in a win-win, man. He's controlling where he wants to go in that. Is that the right move? Is that the traditional way? No. But is it a smart, savvy business move? Absolutely freaking. Absolutely. Absolutely smart business move.
There will be an economics course next year at USC. Caleb Williams 101.
how to get that bag.
If this all flushes out for him, there will be college courses written and conducted about how this man handles his draft. That's gonna be interesting to see. Okay.
Yeah, so I think he's good, bro. Man, I don't think he's doing anything bad, man. I think it's just not traditional, right? It's not what we're used to seeing. But nothing's traditional no more. It's all different now.
We'll see. Did you catch any of the combine? Even though you say you think it's more for kind of show and tell as opposed to anything else. But did you watch any of the young folks?
I caught the highlights like everybody else did, and I watched a few of it. I mean, that one offensive lineman that ran that 4.7, that was impressive as heck.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty impressive. Obviously, the guy that ran the 4.2, the fastest time in combine history.
That was dope.
That was impressive. Dope. But again, like I said, those guys that typically run that fast, they don't make it in the league very long. They fizzle out really, really fast either due to injury or, football is stop and go. It's not just go. Remember, you can't make a living just running straight 40 yards the whole time. Well, you got to be able to stop, cut, drop back, bounce. Do all these different things. So
bounce, get hit.
That's why I don't think. That's why I feel the indicator of that is not the most indicative indicator of playing football. I mean, you got Garrison Hurst. I remember people. I'm gonna show my age. Garrison Hurst back in the day ran a 4.7. Yeah, I believe he ran a 4.7. One of the most successful running backs in 49er history. He ran a 4.7. Then you got guys that run a 4.2. They can't even get on the field. So, but his body of work at Georgia was great, right? He did a good job at Georgia. So I just don't think that's the indicator. I think your body of work should outweigh everything you do in the combine. The combine should just be measurable. Let's see how strong he is. Oh, yeah, he's stronger than we thought he was. Guess let's say, oh, he's not as fast. Hey, that's a straight line. But, this dude can zigzag, cut, do all these things, different things. He makes people miss. That should be his indicator. Now, I'm not saying take nobody that's super slow, but I'm saying also just because you're super fast don't make you a great player. Not at that level. That level, it becomes completely different, because everybody's good and fast. And, the game has just changed, man. I think just the way we put so much emphasis on those things. And let's be honest with you, we put emphasis on the combine now because now it's a TV marketing tool, right?
It's an event.
It makes advertising dollars now. People are watching it. People that are football enthusiasts watch it. People that are all into fantasy football watch that because they want to know who they draft the next year out of the rookies. And, and then fanatics always watch because they want to know which one of their players are going to go get and who they're following. So it became a marketing ploy or an event that they market and they do all these things for. So now they put more emphasis on it because now it's making money just for people to watch it. I don't think it should be that big of an emphasis. I don't even know if scouts put that big of an emphasis on it. I mean, they look at it and I know they see it, but I don't know if it's something that's going like, wow.
Yeah.
Because how many analysts do we see this wrong? How many analysts are we seeing? The ESPN analysts are so
they all need to be let go.
Right?
They all need to be let go. There are two of them that I don't like at all, and I'm not going to mention names. One of them, Stephen A. Smith. Sorry.
I mean, him. But I'm just saying, all those NFL analysts that talk about players and who's ranked high and who they should draft and all that stuff, a lot of those guys are bust. There was 3 quarterbacks that went before Patrick Mahomes. I don't think 2 of them may be in the lead anymore. So can you imagine that? So some scouts thought these other guys were better than Patrick Mahomes. And Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl winner, about to be maybe 4, maybe a back-to-back. And these guys that they were picked that were supposed to be way better than him and way ahead of him are not even in the league no more. So that tells you right now that analysts don't really know a lot about what's going on or what's foolproof in this process.
Speaking of quarterbacks that are thinking about making a comeback, I saw some rumors. Manziel is out here making noise. Talking about he's not officially a bust because he hasn't officially retired, and he's looking at making a comeback.
I mean, the good thing Manziel's doing.
I'm not gonna buy his jersey again. So I did it once. I'm not gonna do it again. Okay.
But I do like Johnny Manziel in this fight for Reggie Bush, right? For reinstating Reggie Bush.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Heisman Trophy, and from what I mean, he's making some noise. Let's be honest, he's been on a lot of shows talking about that he's gonna keep protesting Reggie Bush and have his Heisman based on what the infractions he supposedly did back then are now legal now. And, they really weren't as big as a deal, especially not compared to what he was doing. And he got to keep his Heisman and everybody knows about it. But so I applaud him for that, man. I mean, he's trying to do the right thing to make sure Reggie gets reinstated back in. But from what I just read, I believe the other day, it's not NCAA that's holding Reggie from getting it back. It's USC. There was a school infractions.
Okay.
that stopped him from what they made him pull the Heisman. So I don't know how this is all going to fall out. You know, I hope Reggie gets it back. We all know he was one of the greatest college players to ever lace them up on the football field. So I think he deserves the best player of that year award. But Johnny, I give Johnny salute, man. He's losing his platform to kind of bring some acknowledgement about it and some pub about it, and that he should get it. And he also, I think he said he wasn't going to attend any more of the Heisman events until Reggie gets it back. So
yeah, I mean, he bowed out gracefully in the statement that Manziel made. He said, humbly, I'm going to forego all of the ceremonies until the NCAA and USC give that man back his trophy. So
yeah, I hope other guys follow suit. Right? Yeah. If they all band together and say he deserves it and he needs to get on, then I think there'll be some traction on it because again, another event that makes a lot of money for these people, that host these events and have these guys. I think if they all say, hey, we're not going to be a part of it until you guys give Reggie back his trophy and lift all the sanctions, then I think they'll really start to make some moves on it.
We'll see. Yeah.
Hey, but shout out to Johnny.
I'm gonna say never expected Manziel, and for no reason, but never expected Manziel to kind of step up to the plate like that. So yeah, shout out to Johnny Manziel for that. All right, man. Let's go into story that I'm having a hard time ever since I saw it. I didn't see it till this, and I think it just came out this morning. Anyway, I don't. We like boxing. We like real boxing, but I'm going to scratch my head here on camera and on screen. Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
It didn't even sound right coming out of my mouth. Jake Paul, internet dude, right? Internet person, YouTube dude. The guy who has Prime, energy drink, and him and his brother. Y'all know Jake Paul. Mm-hmm. Y'all know Mike Tyson. Listen, y'all, we don't have to worry about that. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is going to be aired live July 20th. It's going to be on. So one is going to be on Netflix. That's a very interesting thing right there. But come on, brother, you saw this story too. Tell me what you think about this whole situation right here. Come on, Mike.
I just shook my head and said, "Why? Why is this even being done?" And why is it entertaining? And I mean, I understand the money aspect, right? I don't think neither one are hurting for money. I don't think Jake Paul's hurting for money. I don't think Mike Tyson's hurting for money either. So my thing is like, why? Mike Tyson, in my opinion, is a legend.
Yes.
Like he was
end of story. And
he was that guy, right? For that era when he was in, before everything kind of started to go haywire, he was the guy that we all looked up to like, that's probably the best boxer, one of the best boxers we ever going to see. And for him, like any of these older boxers, they just want to kind of tarnish their reputation. And Mike's done a great job of rekindling his image, right? You remember his image was bad. He went broke. He figured out a way to kind of get back in it. And he's so loved by the community, boxing community, people outside, and where he has that personality like Marshawn Lynch is just intriguing personality that we want to hear and see and talk. Regardless of the situation, we just want to just, he has that aura about him. I just don't want him to tarnish it, man, in any kind of way. I really don't. I just want to keep seeing him win. Keep winning. The crazy thing, when we was at Super Bowl, remember we met Mike Tyson's people, right? Remember we met
we did.
We met his folks.
Oh, man. They knew.
Yeah.
I bet they knew.
They probably knew, or they knew something was coming up, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be.
That's crazy.
They'll be at the event and doing their thing, so. This is crazy, man. I don't want him to tarnish, man, anything, man. I want Mike just to be good old Mike Tyson and us always had those good memories of him, winning, and doing his thing and being the most ferocious boxer in his era and being dominating. But I mean, if I have my stake in it, I hope he knocks Jake Paul out just to humble himself, humble Jake Paul. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Jake Paul can box though. Let's be real.
We did. We gave Jake Paul. We gave him some props. That last fight when he actually put them ones and twos on his opponent. Yeah. But the thing is, hopefully, this is gonna be an exhibition similar to the one Mike did with Roy Jones Jr.
Now that was a disaster too. I thought that was a disaster. It just wasn't. I mean, they held each other the whole time. It was 3
but
rounds. It
again,
wasn't.
there wasn't nobody was really trying to get in and get after it. So it wasn't great TV and it wasn't great sport. It was just it is what that was. But if I
You know,
see Jake Paul knock down Mike Tyson, I'm gonna have problems with that.
yeah, exactly. That visual, I'm gonna have a lot of problems with it.
Gonna
Like,
have
I
problems
can't
with that.
believe. And I mean, how old is Mike Tyson now? Mike's got to be in his 50s, right? He's got to be in
Mike
his mid 50s.
is, I thought I saw somewhere 56 years old, something
So
like
Mike
that.
is
So,
a 56-year-old fighting Jake Paul. I think it's like 28, right? 28 or 29.
yeah. Jake Paul is all of 27 years old.
27. So he's about to fight someone 2 times his age, right? Basically, in our era, it would be like you fighting an old man.
You know what I'm saying? He fighting his granddad.
Yeah. You fight grandpops.
Right? You know what I'm saying? You fight your old uncle. Come on, man. You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Or definitely pops, right? It's definitely father. If not father, it's definitely grandpop. So, I mean, you're fighting this guy, and I get it to a certain extent, man. I just believe like Mike shouldn't have to tarnish his reputation, and Jake Paul. I don't know what you're getting out of this fighting Mike Tyson. Like if you beat up on a 56, if you do win, what are you accomplishing by beating a 56-year-old? What's the accomplishment of it? To say I beat Mike Tyson
no
in the
cred
fight?
in that. No street
There's
cred.
no credit in beating no 56-year-old. I mean, now if you lose to a 56-year-old, you gotta. I mean, out of this fight, Jake Paul has a lot more to lose than Mike Tyson. Right? He has a lot more to lose as far as credibility in the boxing world than Mike Tyson ever will have.
Okay. Yeah. I see. I think I see where you're coming. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Jake Paul doesn't. You lose this fight, bro. You're just like, man, all those guys you fought were basically, which we already think they're already bums, right? Or bums in the boxing world. We already think that it'll be just proved that if Mike Tyson beats you, that's all you were fighting with guys that really couldn't fight. And then now you're in a situation where somebody really fought you and you lost to an old man. Your boxing credibility is over with, right? You'll never get these mega fights ever again on YouTube or wherever, no more. Yeah. That'll be it.
Now the fact that this is on Netflix is interesting instead of on Showtime or HBO or something like that, because
it doesn't surprise me.
Half the planet already has Netflix, so no one's got to pay extra for it, right?
You don't have to pay extra for it. I think Netflix is smart to get into live sports because that's kind of where things are being driven towards. And Netflix is always going to go with the gimmicky thing, right? They kind of always do with everything they do. Why not go with this gimmicky thing? Do a little bit of filming how they train and all that stuff, and kind of launch it out there to the public where they can watch it or rewatch it. I think they're smart enough to know that a lot of people are going to watch it live. It's going to be recorded so they can watch it back. We can always watch it the following week or see whatever we want to see and laugh about it. Or laugh about it or cheer for it, whatever you want to do.
Man, I'm gonna mess around. I think it's a smart move. About it.
I think it's a smart movement. I mean, they've had some lot of success with the comedian shows, right? With Dave Chappelle Live, and all those type of things. I think this is just another event to kind of dab their feet, and it's probably low hanging fruit. It probably ain't costing them really hardly nothing, right, to do it. The money's probably already put up by Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, or whoever's going to sponsor it, and be like, hey, all we got to do is just air it, and we get to keep the rights, no matter what.
Business talking about Caleb Williams having big pockets. Netflix, listen, Netflix, they own the bank. They don't even have the checkbook. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
We're talking about some guys with some big businesses on this thing. Big business move by Caleb, the way he represents himself.
Yeah.
Big business move by Netflix. Obviously, it's going to be a payday for Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Obviously, I'm sure they're going to get a percentage off of every time it's streamed or viewed. I'm quite sure they'll probably work that out. So, a lot of big money making moves and business decisions going on in the back to display sports. I think
with a lot of sports, right? So I don't mean to cut you off, but I just thought about it when you said that. So I was watching The Rock. He did a stream. He did a little post as well, talking about again making big money moves on Netflix, and him coming back, and him again being the center for all of the promotion and all the marketing, and again talking about revenue and deals in the billions.
Yes,
and again, this is real money here from on the sports side that gonna make you start paying attention. We as the consumer, unfortunately, gonna have to pay a little bit extra for it because again, it gets more. The spectacle gets grander. You get a Jake Paul and you get a Mike Tyson fighting. If you want to go there and watch it actually physically in the building at Jerry Jones's house in Dallas, in Arlington, Texas, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna want to see The Rock come back to wrestling. You're gonna have to pay for that. Right. So again, there's a win-win catch-22 kind of thing. But these folks
is the
making real money.
Is the money in watching it, or is the money in it being repeated over and over again in those streams?
That residual income.
The residual money takes so much more than the live. Like, it's great to be there live and have the experience. To do the residuals over and over again is where the big money comes in, right? You get that over and over, and that check comes every month. You know, just like when you stream a line and your favorite song on Spotify, that artist is getting a check every month. You know, so I think the residuals is kind of where it's at, and I think that's why it's smart to do it on Netflix. And I think Netflix is going to get a lot more things going that way as well if this is a success. If this is a success, I think we'll start to see more and more live events or sporting events start to falter over Netflix because they have the audience, right? It's a captive audience. You're already paying a subscription, so that's already there. So it's a bonus for viewers. It's a marketing tool for viewers to come and watch. And then 2, the more you watch it over and over again, the more money everybody gets paid on that back end. And you got to also think, Netflix now comes with commercials, right? If you don't buy the other one. So now any advertisers want to jump in on that money. I'm just being honest. Anybody advertisers want to jump in on that money, guess what? Here's an opportunity for you to jump in on this money, put your advertisement dollars. So now Netflix even makes more money to combat that. So it's all, man, I mean, it's all marketing and promotion 101, but they got the dollars to actually execute.
Yeah. And doing it seemingly the right way. We drawing attention because we talking about it. I was going to ask, you going to watch it? You going to watch it?
I don't want to, but I'm eventually going to watch it. I don't want to watch it, but I'm probably going to watch it. Yeah, I ain't going to lie. I'm probably going to end up tuning in.
Man, we got to tune in. We got to see how I got to see how Mike come out. If he come out, you know, in his old cut up, raggedy, you know, sweatshirt and everything, looking like old Iron Mike.
You know what's funny though? We can't see the nice Mike, right? You know, the Mike that we see when somebody is nice and he's chilling and he's presentable. And I don't want to see the Mike off his meds either. The crazy one, the range one is swinging off. I don't want to see that one either. I would love to see the calculated one that they can box. Let's put 1-2 combinations together. You know, the one that he had and he coming in there and he's really, you know, that Mike I would love to see, but I don't know. You know, man, Mike's been retired from boxing for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we're going to see what we're going to see, right? All we know is he can punch, right? We know he can punch.
I've seen some videos of him still training, and Mike scared me all the way in the TV. Listen,
you know,
I got nothing to say, Mr. Tyson.
But beyond that, I don't know. And I'm not going to discredit Jake Paul at all. Jake Paul can box, man. That dude, he can throw. He got some hands on him. Yeah. And he's gotten better every fight, right? Every fight
That's true.
He's gotten better and better. And he's beyond the stage of fighting other YouTubers. Remember, at first it was just fighting other YouTube guys and doing all that stuff. Crazy. Then he stepped into kind of lower level actors and all that stuff that were in the boxing. Then he went to MMA guys that really are more grapplers, not boxing skills. Now he went to fighting amateur and some kind of semi-pro boxers. Now he's stepping in the ring, I think, with older Mike Tyson, which is still gimmicky. But, I mean, the dude can box, and he's been able to lay dudes out. Been able to knock those dudes out all the way going across. And I don't care. Anybody that got 20 knockouts on their resume can box, can fight. Period. So, with that being
numbers
said.
Don't lie. Old ESPN show called Numbers Don't Lie.
Hey, I don't know too many dudes that can knock out 20 women. And I'm talking about not somebody else. So, you know, not to discredit women, but I'm just saying, I don't know people that can knock out too many other people that's weaker than them. The fact this guy got that many knockouts, man, you got to show him some respect because he can punch.
Got to show him some respect. Got to give him his props when he walk in that ring. So I'm gonna be there. I'm have some popcorn watching.
You know what's funny? I'll be telling people, everybody just Jake Paul, but I will want you to run up on him and see what happens.
I don't go looking for no smoke, man.
All the people that disrespect Jake Paul, how sorry and corny he is and all that stuff, not one of those people run up on his ass.
Yeah, you know. Listen again. We got things to lose now. We don't go looking for smoke no more. You know,
I'm just saying the people that disrespect him, watch out for running up on him and see how real his hands are.
Yeah, because he looked like he you know, FAAFO. You know,
he looked like he be on that prime drink 24/7, right? He got prime IV in his blood. That brother be on one, man. So, but no, man, good luck to him. I think it's a marketing genius. I think it's a marketing genius from what he wants to do and what he's trying to do. I think it's gonna give him a lot more views as far as people gonna find out who he is and how good he can box. Like I said, I just wish it wasn't Mike Tyson because I don't want to see Mike Tyson go out that way. But I mean, also he's getting paid too, so money don't lie. For that kind of check, I'm pretty sure I'll jump in the ring with both of them right now.
Listen, I'll
For that kind
run
of money.
around the ring for how long's
Yeah,
the round? 60 seconds, or 90, a minute and a half. I'll get
I get
chastised
someone
by the
punch your hug.
referee because I'm
Someone punch
running,
your hug. Yeah, someone punch your hug. I'll do it all day.
and I'll fall
Get that
right down.
paycheck. So.
Give me my 10 million. All right,
Exactly.
okay, there we go. Not a lot else has happened, man. Again, it was just mainly the end of the NFL season, spring training.
We got the USFL starting. What USFL started in 2 weeks?
Yeah, US. I mean that's coming around the corner. Spring training is happening on the baseball side a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer to ask you about these soccer teams, U.S. women's soccer team. There's been a lot going because I'm trying to get you into that now.
You know me, man. Hey, I'm a fan now, man. Women's soccer is the bomb. I can't front. I watch them. They're better than the men's because they actually score. Women score and they move. But yeah, I can't wait till women's soccer. I can't wait till they do the next qualifying round. I think for the Olympics, like who qualifies, I can't wait till they get to that point because that's where I think soccer. And I don't mind staying up in the middle of the night and watching no more, bro. I got hooked 2 years ago when you turned me on to the World Cup Women's. I was like, bro. They actually be balling out. So.
They be out. Hey, and then Alex Morgan, she wasn't on the original team. That she got called up and got into a little melee with I don't know what it was, Bolivia or whomever. And right, Alex Morgan, she still hold her own. So yeah, the U.S. women's team, as long as they keep winning, we gonna keep flying the flag.
France ain't no joke, dude. France is good.
Yeah, that's true.
France is real good. So, I even consider, man, when I get a little extra vittles in my pocket, I might buy me a soccer jersey, man.
Go ahead, brother. Go.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm a big fan, man. Like just like you turned me on to women's soccer, I turned you on to women's basketball, especially college basketball.
Truth.
Okay. Told you how good it is. So I think that we got to get some Juju jerseys from USC. I know you're an Oregon State guy. But Juju's the truth for USC.
Yeah, I'll chip in on it for you. I'll help get the Juju. I'm not going to get the Juju, but that may be some bad karma. I have my son look at me kind of cross-eyed if I wear something.
Oh man, like he gonna be all right.
Especially USC. My daughter look at me crazy.
She might even look at you more cockeyed, right?
I was gonna say, my daughter look at me crazy, so I definitely can't do that. I got. Okay. I can't do that one. But I will get a soccer jersey. When the men went to the Olympics, God, what was that? 8 years ago, whenever I did buy a jersey, then they lost, as y'all know, and I still got the jersey, but don't wear it. But I will get I will represent the team. I will represent the team.
Man. So got to celebrate those people's accomplishments and everything like that. I do. Before we sign off, I do want to make sure we talk about it. We got to get on the show. Definitely talking about the impact of sports leaving high school and the impact that sports in the activities after high school has been taken away and how it's affecting our youth. I really want to call out to actually have a show on that, where we're talking about how these things are being detrimental to our youth and the lack of opportunities at the next level, at the collegiate level for some of our youth in some of these sports, where it's damaging some of our youth, especially young men. Especially young men. I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, but I definitely can speak on behalf of young men, how it's being detrimental to our community and our longevity, as successful men. Their opportunities are being cut. So people want to wonder why you see these group of kids that are running in these stores and snatching stuff, or you want to wonder why you have all this melee and everything. You need to start asking your school board, why did you cut off all the after school activities? Why is there not opportunities for my kid to play at the college level anymore, to play football anywhere? Why are these things happening? It ain't just because this is a trickle-down effect from our education system. And I'm talking about the structure of extracurricular activity and everything being taken away and stripped away every year, where they're paying teachers less, coaches less, and all this money less to go whatever. And now you're starting to see the end result or the beginning result of the detriment that it's causing to our youth.
Wow.
So I really want to kind of deep dive into that. And I got a person that said he'll come on too.
Okay.
Cool.
Come on definitely. And talk about it. And we
can, we should get a former panel. I think we can have remember the psychologist James Holland. I think we can get him to come back on as well. And we can have a 4-man panel and just let's discuss where it was to where it is now. So what we're starting to see, the after effects of all that opportunity has been taken away, and where that plight of our young men are going
And
at the
some
next level.
action and some actions that we can
Yeah,
take to kind of nip that in the bud. So yeah, I
yeah,
like that, man. Hey, let's set it up, right?
yeah.
Anytime, any place. Let's get it going. And I reached out to my guy who's over at crypto.com, who again we were talking about uh fans versus
Mm-hmm.
fans versus venue.
Yes.
I guess we'll call it
Basically, yeah,
that.
yeah.
And managing that whole aspect. He's been busy handling a whole bunch of Laker games, Kings game events within his arena. So I'm like, okay, I gave him a pass, but he is on the hook. Says he would like to come on, so we gonna make that happen as well. Well, man,
Absolutely.
listen, there we go. Right, we got some homework to get it moving. We did what we did this week. We talked about Mr. Williams, talked about Mr. Manziel, talked about Mr. Tyson.
Yes, sir.
Goodness great, Mr. Paul, all that stuff. That's all we can
Yep.
do, folks. We
Hey,
bringing you that social impact, man. Martel, take us out, man.
yeah. Got to give a shout out to my man Jay Lee, Southwest Minnesota State. He's got the director's job over there, so he's going to be doing some big things over there to change the landscape of that university and helping more men go to school, men and young ladies go to school. Dr. Jay Lee over there, man, proud of you, man. Congratulations on your promotion. And then for us, man, I think, as I always say, man, say your prayers. Always reach out to your loved ones, see how they're doing. But bottom line, we got to start being comfortable having uncomfortable conversations so we can learn from each other. And that's what we're about. Peace.